Hello dear subscribers, we're glad you're following us. Followers who visit a random channel subscribe to the channel, press the bell. How to plant blueberries, an easy guide. Nothing says summer quite like juicy, fresh blueberries. These cold-hardy perennial shrubs take several years to get well established and continue producing delicious fruit for several decades with the proper care. This post outlines how to plant blueberries and keep them flourishing in your garden year after year. Blueberries aren't merely a sweet treat. They also contain antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that provide numerous health benefits. These superfruits help to improve brain and heart function, boost digestive and skin health, and strengthen bones. Planting blueberry bushes is remarkably straightforward, and your efforts get rewarded with a yearly harvest of tasty homegrown berries. Enjoy them baked into your favorite sweet treats, blended into a healthy smoothie, frozen, or fresh off the vine. Are you ready to discover all the essentials for planting blueberries in your garden plot, raised beds, or patio pots? Let's dig in. Easy tips and tricks for planting blueberry bushes. Planting blueberries calls for a bit of patience. Blueberry bushes might begin producing some berries in their third growing season. Still, it takes up to 6 years before they mature enough to grow a large crop. Purchase blueberry bushes from your local garden center or a reliable online supplier. Some gardeners prefer planting bare root shrubs. They have more root mass because they don't become root-bound in a container. Additionally, bare root plants are frequently less expensive. While growing blueberries from seed is possible, it's a much longer process than transplanting 2- or 3-year-old bushes. Plant blueberry seeds indoors in late winter to get a head start for spring for the best results. Blueberries are acid-loving plants and prefer a soil pH between 4.5 to 5.5. Contact your local cooperative extension office about a soil test to determine the pH level in your intended planting area. How to plant blueberries, an easy guide. Nothing says summer quite like juicy, fresh blueberries. These cold-hardy perennial shrubs take several years to get well established and continue producing delicious fruit for several decades with the proper care. This post outlines how to plant blueberries and keep them flourishing in your garden year after year. Blueberries aren't merely a sweet treat. They also contain antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that provide numerous health benefits. These superfruits help to improve brain and heart function, boost digestive and skin health, and strengthen bones. Planting blueberry bushes is remarkably straightforward, and your efforts get rewarded with a yearly harvest of tasty homegrown berries. Enjoy them baked into your favorite sweet treats, blended into a healthy smoothie, frozen, or fresh off the vine. Are you ready to discover all the essentials for planting blueberries in your garden plot, raised beds, or patio pots? Let's dig in. Easy tips and tricks for planting blueberry bushes. Planting blueberries calls for a bit of patience. Blueberry bushes might begin producing some berries in their third growing season. Still, it takes up to 6 years before they mature enough to grow a large crop. Purchase blueberry bushes from your local garden center or a reliable online supplier. Some gardeners prefer planting bare root shrubs. They have more root mass because they don't become root-bound in a container. Additionally, bare root plants are frequently less expensive. While growing blueberries from seed is possible, it's a much longer process than transplanting 2- or 3-year-old bushes. Plant blueberry seeds indoors in late winter to get a head start for spring for the best results. Blueberries are acid-loving plants and prefer a soil pH between 4.5 to 5.5. Contact your local cooperative extension office about a soil test to determine the pH level in your intended planting area. Types of blueberries. Blueberries belong to the Vaccinium genus. They're related to azaleas, cranberries, huckleberries, and rhododendrons. Blueberry varieties get classified as highbush, lowbush, rabbit eye, and half-high. Highbush blueberries are the most common type and grow up to 8 feet tall. Northern highbush blueberries are bred to withstand freezing winters and flourish in USDA hardiness zones 3 to 7. Southern highbush blueberries are better suited for warmer temperatures in USDA hardiness zones 7 to 10. low-bush blueberries are genetically closer to their wild ancestors and thrive in USDA zones 3 to 6. They keep a more compact growth habit and produce super-sweet, small fruits. Half-high blueberries come from a hybrid cross between high-bush and low-bush cultivars. Rabbit-eye blueberries are native to the eastern U.S., ranging from Florida to North Carolina and west to Texas. Their unique berries turn pink before ripening to bluish-purple. Rabbit-eye blueberry bushes sometimes grow up to 20 feet tall without consistent pruning. They grow best in USDA zones 6 to 9, which types of blueberries to plant depends on your growing climate and intended culinary uses. Here are a few of the top blueberry varieties for home gardeners. Best blueberry varieties: Blue Crop, Northern Highbush, 5 to 6 feet tall, 4 to 6 feet wide, mildly sweet flavor, medium-sized berries, disease-resistant, drought-tolerant, zones 4 to 7, Blu-ray, Northern Highbush, 5 to 6 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide, super-sweet flavor, extra-large berries, resistant to cracking, high yields, zones 4 to 7, Brightwell, Rabbit-eye, 6-10 feet tall and wide. Super sweet flavor, large berries, heat and drought tolerant, zones 6 to 9, Echo, half high, 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. Produces a spring and fall crop of medium-sized berries, ideal for container gardens, zones 3 to 7, Legacy, Northern Highbush, 5 to 6 feet tall, 3 to 6 feet wide, sweetly tangy flavor. Large berries, fruit stores well, disease resistant, zones 5 to 8, Pink Popcorn, Northern Highbush, 4 to 5 feet tall and wide, berries are pink when ripe, high yields, disease resistant, zones 4 to 8, Powder Blue, Rabbit Eye, 6 to 10 feet tall and wide, super sweet flavor, large berries that store well, zones 6 to 9, Sunshine Blue, Dwarf Southern Highbush, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, sweetly tangy flavor. Medium-sized berries, ideal for container gardens, zones 5 to 10, preparing a blueberry planting site. The best way to plant blueberries varies based on your growing conditions and available garden space. When planting blueberry bushes in an established garden bed, make sure they have enough space to fully mature without being crowded or blocked by other shrubs and trees. Blueberries perform best in full sun with 6 or more hours of direct light. However, they also tolerate partial shade. Raised beds work well for growing blueberries because they provide excellent soil drainage. It's also easier to control the pH levels and amend your garden soil. Growing blueberries in pots, container gardening is a fantastic option for growers with limited outdoor space. Look for compact blueberry varieties, select a pot that's at least 24 inches deep and wide. Make sure it has several drainage holes to reduce the risk of fungal diseases and root rot. The University of Maryland Extension Service suggests planting smaller shrubs in a 5-gallon container and repotting them into a larger container as the plants mature. Optimal soil conditions for growing blueberries. The key to success when growing blueberries is providing acidic soil. Before transplanting blueberry bushes, amend your site with ammonium sulfate, pine needles, sphagnum peat moss, or sawdust from naturally grown coniferous trees to decrease the soil pH. It's also vital that your garden soil has adequate drainage. Blueberries have shallow root systems and suffer from root rot and other fungal diseases in waterlogged ground. If you're dealing with heavy clay soil, till in a generous amount of organic compost before planting. How to plant blueberries. The best time for planting blueberries is in late spring. Planting them in autumn is also possible in most climates. After preparing your planting site, dig a hole approximately twice the size of the root ball. Bury the root ball with a 50/50 mixture of organic compost and garden soil and thoroughly water it in. Blueberries require approximately 1 inch of water per week. Use organic material like leaves, grass clippings, wood chips, and pine needles as mulch to insulate the soil, retain moisture, and discourage weeds. Spreading coffee grounds, peat moss, and pine sawdust around the plant's base gradually adds nitrogen and lowers the soil pH. Choosing the right blueberry fertilizer. Blueberries aren't especially heavy feeders. Fertilize them once each spring when they're well established. However, refrain from fertilizing new plants in their first year. Young plants' roots are highly sensitive to salt levels in the soil and are easily damaged. Choose an organic plant fertilizer specifically formulated for acid-loving plants like blueberries, rhododendrons, and azaleas. Peat moss is an ideal soil amendment for your blueberry plants. It gradually acidifies the soil, absorbs excess water for plants to take in as needed, and releases vital nutrients as it breaks down. Apply a generous amount in early spring whenever your soil needs refreshing. How far apart to plant blueberry bushes? How far apart to plant blueberry bushes depends on which types you're growing. Plant compact blueberry varieties 2 to 3 feet apart to form a tight hedgerow. Blueberry plant spacing should be at least 6 to 8 feet for larger cultivars. Although blueberries are self-pollinating, it's beneficial to plant multiple bushes somewhat close together. Cross-pollination may happen if you're growing several different types of blueberries. Check the plant label for specific recommendations on compatible varieties. How to prune blueberry bushes? During the first year or two after transplanting, don't allow your blueberry bushes to fruit. Pinching off the flower buds will encourage the plant to direct its energy toward developing its root system and branches. Blueberry plants grow fruit on second-year wood. Therefore, it's beneficial to prune off old branches and make space for new growth. However, this type of pruning isn't necessary until the fourth year. The best time for pruning blueberry bushes is late winter or early spring while they're still dormant. Use a sterile, sharp set of garden pruners to trim off the oldest, thickest branches as well as any damaged or dead wood. The goal is to provide airflow and light to the plant center and encourage new growth. Old branches develop a grayish color, while young stems have a reddish tinge. Harvesting and storing homegrown blueberries. Blueberries usually ripen in July and August. Most varieties change from green to bluish purple. For the best overall flavor and texture, wait a few days after the berries turn blue before harvesting. Ripe blueberries should feel somewhat soft and easily detach from the plant. Remove the stems and flowers, then rinse the berries. Once they're completely dry, place them in a ventilated container lined with a paper towel in your fridge's crisper drawer. Try to consume fresh-picked blueberries within 2 weeks. To extend their shelf life, freeze blueberries in an airtight, freezer-safe container for up to 6 months. Solving pest and disease problems. Unfortunately, we are not the only ones who find fresh blueberries irresistible. One of the most challenging tasks for blueberry growers is preventing birds from stealing your crop. Protect blueberry bushes with bird netting, and set out bird deterrents like aluminum foil and predator decoys. Blueberry plants sometimes suffer from fungal diseases like powdery mildew, rust, and septoria leaf spot. These diseases persist in damp environments and frequently spread through splashing water. Provide adequate airflow between plants and water with a soaker hose or drip irrigation. Another fungal disease that affects blueberry crops is mummyberry. The berries turn white, shrivel up, and drop off the plants. Spores typically infect plants in spring and early summer during flowering. Mulch heavily throughout winter and spring and apply a preventative lime sulfur spray in disease-prone areas. Companion planting with blueberries. Remember that blueberries require acidic soil, and choose companion plants with similar preferences. Consider each plant's light and water needs, mature size, and fertilizing schedule. Grape hyacinth is an attractive, low-growing perennial bulb that pairs well with blueberry bushes. Culinary herbs like basil, chives, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, and thyme grow in acidic soils and won't get large enough to block the light. Ferns also like acidic soil and benefit from the shade of taller shrubs. Blueberry plants also do well next to evergreen trees. However, leave plenty of space around each plant to avoid overcrowding. Additionally, flowering shrubs like azaleas, lilacs, and rhododendrons attract pollinators. Dear subscribers, we are glad if you benefited from our information. Bless you.